Hello everyone. So from today we will be beginning the series on alphabet B from Kent's Mind Rubrics, and the first rubric from this repertory is from the alphabet B, of course, is bad news, ailments from. So we can see here bad news means the newspaper that we read, it brings us news of what is happening, what new things have happened around us, which is recent, which is just now occurred. Something that has occurred recently, just now, which is new and which is bad. That causes complaints. A new thing that is told to the patient, and the patient has developed complaints because of that. So generally such situations are seen when you get a bad news, like you get a bad diagnosis from your doctor. When you feel, my God, what is my report going to say today? What is the doctor going to tell me? What disease do I have? Just listening to a bad diagnosis, to a bad prognosis, to a bad disease or illness to a family or a relative, to someone close to us. This bad news affected me profoundly. That is when we use this rubric, bad news ailments from. A troublesome, unwelcome, or a dangerous information, something that is dangerous. You get a news that there is going to be a big cyclone. It's a dangerous thing to happen. An earthquake is going to come. Dangerous thing, it's threatening. What is going to happen now? Bad effects from troublesome or unwelcome news. Or information about something that is about to happen. That has happened, not about to happen, that has just happened. And now you are coming to know. Like we discussed, the diagnosis has been released, the exam results, my God, I did not score as much as I felt I would. I failed in the exam. It's a bad news. I'm excited. I'm excited by this bad news. I feel extremely sad or extremely happy, extremely anxious, extremely angry, excited. And you may develop physical symptoms, like you may have diarrhea, you may have choking, or you may develop convulsions. That is what ailments you have developed because of this bad news. Since then I am having loose motion. Since then I am having a throat complaint. Since then I developed convulsions. Since then I am having headache. Now what is interesting here is, from the bad news, the emotion that each patient develops can be different. I become anxious. Now what will happen after this result, bad result in my exam? What will happen to my future? What will happen to my career? This is my anxiety. Because of this bad news, I became very sad. I became so dull. I am weeping. Oh my God, weeping, very sad. I become very angry, irritable. Why did this happen? This should not have happened. How can this happen? I am feeling very angry that something wrong has happened, unjust has happened. Extreme anger, extreme anxiety, extreme sadness. There can be different types of emotions that the patient develops because of this bad news. And based on that, we are able to differentiate remedies or individualize patients. Now let's see what are the various remedies that are given in this rubric and how we can differentiate them. So the first remedy is Calcarea carb. These two remedies are given in the highest marks. So Calcarea carb, we all know Calcarea carb is very scared. He is very worried. Now what will happen? And the main thing of Calcarea carb is about security. It's the fourth row of the periodic table. They feel that will I lose my security of this house, of the comfort of the house, of the comfort or coziness of living in the family? Will I have to go out and live on my own? Is some kind of, especially Calcarea carb will feel that this is a bad news for him when he feels that there is a threat to his security. His job is going to be lost, or his father's job is going to be lost. There is something that could happen to the house because of earthquake or cyclone, because of bad weather, because of whatever, because of loans, because of something is going to happen which is going to create a threat to the security, to the house, to the family, to the earning member, to my mother, to my father. Somebody who gives me security is going to be lost. Somebody that gives me security is going to be lost. Either my health or my money, or a robber or a thief, someone who is threatening my security, going to take away my money, my bank balance, my loan. I'm going to be fined so much money. My God, this is what Calcarea is especially affected by. That is what Calcarea is scared of. That is what is bad news for Calcarea. And their main problem is when they hear such kind of bad news, they feel, will I be able to cope up? Will I be able to manage this now? Can I take care of myself? Or am I going to crumble? Can I stand up and be independent and handle this situation without my father, without my mother, without my brother, without my friend, without my teacher, without that support of my elderly people, or that people who always used to support me and encourage me? Without anybody's support, can I do it independently, or do I have to still depend on them? This question of can I do it independently or I have to remain dependent is the question of Calcarea. So there is lack of confidence, lack of self-confidence that I can do it. Can I do it? Can I not do it? This is the story of Calcarea. Next remedy is gelsemium. For gelsemium, the bad news is anticipation. You know that the result is going to come tomorrow. And today, what is going to come tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? Or I am sitting outside in the waiting room. After 2 patients is my number. My God, what is the report? Is the doctor going to say you are COVID positive? Oh, I'm scared. This anticipation, what is going to happen now? What is going to happen now? What is going to come now? This is the main ailment of gelsemium. Anticipation of a bad news. Anticipating bad news. Is he going to give me a bad news? Is he going to give me a bad news? Is a difficult question going to come in the exam? Is a difficult question going to come in the exam? What question is going to come in the exam? What question is going to come in the exam? This anticipation followed by either complete paralysis, motor paralysis, where there is paralysis means I cannot even utter a word. Gelsemium is cowardice. So I see the teacher and I get shocked, and then I cannot even utter a word. I am completely paralyzed. I cannot utter a word. Not a single word comes out of me. Nothing. I just completely go blank. I am just looking at the teacher. I know the answer, but I cannot say. So paralysis, motor paralysis, muscles do not obey the will. These are symptoms of gelsemium, that I want to do something, I know the answer, but I cannot tell the answer. Or there is trembling. trembling of the whole body. I don't want this to tremble. I want to hold it, but it still keeps moving. Still keeps moving. No, so there is motor paralysis. Either you cannot control the motion, or even if you want to move, you cannot move. Paralyzed, blank. Even the mind has gone blank. It's got paralyzed. It's not able to respond to the situation in front of it. And then the mind gets dull, very stupid, and you want to go to sleep, that you feel you cannot handle it anymore. I just have to go to sleep. Or you are trying to go to sleep. You are trying to tell your mind that I am extremely excited. If I calm down, if I'm not so anxious, then I will be able to answer the question. Then I will be able to talk. But my mind is very restless. I'm pacing. I'm moving about. I'm not able to sleep. I'm not able to rest. I'm just moving. That is gelsemium. So these are the polarities of the remedy. Next remedy, apis mellifica. See, apis mellifica, for them bad news is that they feel they should be, comparable to everybody. Apis mellifica is a remedy. One of the main ailments of apis mellifica is jealousy. That I am a woman of 25-year-old. I am not able to get pregnant, but my friend has got pregnant. Now what will people think? People will think, no, I am not good enough. I have some fault in me. People will say something wrong in me. No, I have to have, and I have to have it. And they are desperate. All insect remedies, they are desperate. That things have to be like this. I have to have a child. If that person can have, if the whole world can have, why I cannot have? Why I cannot have? I have to have. I have to have. No, I have to have. Now what do I do? And in their desperation, they will do whatever you tell them. They will say, let me go for IVF immediately. Doctor is telling them not needed. You can wait. You are just 23, 24 years. You can have such kind of IVF after. We try other modalities. That's the last. No, I want it now, immediately it has to happen. I can't rest. They are restless. I just have to have things in a particular manner only. Otherwise people will think that they are better and they are doing well, and I am not doing well, and I have some problem in me. They will see some problem in me, but I don't have any problem. So I desperately want things to be in order. Because other person has things in order. Other person has it in order, I also have to have it in order. It cannot be they have and I don't have. Competition, jealousy, that is the main thing of apis mellifica. Competition, jealousy. And for them bad news is other person is doing well. Next remedy is Ignitia. Bad news, we all know. Ignitia, bad news is death of some relative, some close person, then choking, sadness, etc. Medorrhinum. For Medorrhinum also, bad news is especially health news, that you have some ailment, you have some threatening disease. You're going to have that, maybe not today, in future. Then how will I manage? How will I face? So, but I don't want to tell it to anyone. I want to keep my illness to myself. Nobody should know. Doctor, I am coming to you. Nobody should know why I am coming to you, what treatment I am taking, for what illness. I don't want that. I smoke a lot, I drink a lot, I do all this, and if I start smoking, then I have to smoke. The whole smoke has to reach the chest, and I have to get that kick, only then I get. And then people used to tell me, don't smoke so much, in such an intense manner. But if I I generally avoid alcohol, but if I take alcohol, then I take so much that I fall ill. This extreme indulgence in stimulants, in alcohol, smoking, leading to complaints, and not wanting others to know that I am a smoker, that I am an alcoholic. Nobody should know. Go secretly and smoke and keep it hidden. This is Medorrhinum. They do all this and they keep this hidden, and then they feel, what if I have that illness? What if I have this illness? Maybe I'm going to have that. Maybe I'm going to have that illness. What illness am I going to have in the future? What illness I'm going to have? Am I going to get? If I go to the doctor, what is the doctor going to say? Yes, you have this illness. Oh my God, is he going to say that? Anticipation. Like gelsemium we learned. But in Medorrhinum, along with this anticipation, is this hiding. Topmost remedy for anticipation: gelsemium, Medorrhinum, and argentum. Medorrhinum, none of us actually really associate anticipation with Medorrhinum, but in our whole Materia Medica, top 3 remedies are gelsemium, Medorrhinum, and argentum. Anticipation, ailments from anticipation, ailments from anticipating bad news. Natrum use, we all know from let down, disappointment. I have talked this many times. I have been let down, disappointed by the opposite person. He has not lived up to my expectations. So I feel very sad, reserved, conserved. Palladium. For Palladium, bad news is someone saying that the thing that I did, artistic thing that I did is not good enough. Someone criticizes, someone points fingers at my art or at my prescription as a homeopath. I did a prescription with such art, such precision, and then people say that this is not good enough. People are not appreciating my efforts. Instead, they are criticizing me. They are pointing fingers at my prescription, they are pointing fingers at the mistakes in the prescription. They are showing some defects. They are showing the defect in the food that I made. And I made the best quality, rare, very unique kind of food, or something unique and different I did, and people, instead of appreciating the creativity and the uniqueness of things, people are criticizing me and pointing fingers at me. That is what affects Palladium. Sulphur is I am egoistic, I am the greatest person. No? And people are not able to appreciate, people are not accepting me as the great person, that I am no better than them. This non-acceptance, this is perceived by sulphur as an insult to them, and that insult causes complaints in sulphur. I think sulphur also we have done many times, so I'm not going into detail. So those were the various remedies from this rubric. There are no sub-rubrics. Cross-reference, ailments from grief, which is obvious. These were the various references from which I spoke today. And thank you all for listening. Look forward to your comments, feedbacks, and questions. See you all soon. Bye-bye.